A new report from an NHL insider has just dropped, revealing some shocking details on one New York Ranger in particular. We're going to break that down, as well as the Rangers' last game of this regular season. It will be the last game for Sam Rosen, and it will be the last game for a few New York Rangers in particular as New York Rangers. We're going to break it all down in this episode of Rangers Digest. But before we do that, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. About 68% of you who watch these videos are not actually subscribed to the channel. So if you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening with your New York Rangers as we head into, and I'm being so serious when I say this, probably the craziest offseason this team has ever seen in the history of this entire organization, this franchise, it's free. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And we're going to get into some sensitive stuff today as a new article just dropped revealing some shocking details on Artemi Panarin and something that happened a couple seasons ago. We're going to get into that, but I wanted to bring up something from yesterday to give some context. And, there's just a lot that's going on X this morning. There's a lot going on revolving around the New York Rangers and some other reports in terms of players who will be and won't be returning. We'll get to in another video, but to focus on this for a second, yesterday the Rangers were giving out some awards, and Artemi Panarin took home the annual award for being a good guy, the Good Guy Award for his accountability and cooperation with the media. And a lot of the media members said, like Molly Walker, we'll get to in a second, that he's one of the best players to talk to. And he's often been a team spokesman during tough moments this season and always handles it with honesty and respect. And he's been a pleasure to cover these past 6 seasons. That's from Vince Mercogliano. And from Molly Walker, along with Team MVP, which he also won yesterday, he was named the good guy, he got the Good Guy Award from the New York Rangers media, which is, voted upon by the media in New York. And Panarin could have won this award every single season he's been in New York, in my opinion, but you can only win it once, and he stepped up this season. No one is easier to talk to than number 10. Now, that was yesterday. I wanted to bring up all that stuff first because that happened yesterday, and then this happened this morning. A new article from The Athletic's Katie Strang, Artemi Panarin and MSG have reached settlements with a Rangers employee after a sexual assault allegation. Now, I'm not going to deep dive into the specifics of this article. I actually encourage everyone watching this right now to go watch or to read this article, in full. There's a lot of snippets flying around on Twitter right now, X, whatever you want to call the app. There's a lot flying around out there in terms of snippets. I encourage everyone to inform yourselves and read the entire article, and you can make your own assumptions from there, right? But the article is out, it's posted, this did happen, and Panarin and MSG have reached a settlement. That much we know. And again, I'm not going to deep dive into specifics and get into all of that stuff, but if you want to pause and read this, here's a snippet from the article that has been floating around. There's much more to this article. Again, I encourage everyone to go out and read this article in full, to be informed yourselves. Don't rely on snippets out there on social media. Go out and read the article and what actually happened in this situation. I do want to say that a lot of what's in this article is truly troubling is the word I'll use. But again, I don't want to deep dive into too many specifics. It's troubling. This is honestly a shocking report and article from Katie Strang. And I do want to say here that from Peter Baugh, the MSG statement to Katie Strang is that the matter has been resolved. I also do want to point out that this happened in 2023. So this doesn't happen this season. This happened back in 2023. I don't know if I said that, but it was in the article as well. So again, MSG is saying that the matter has been resolved. And Molly Walker, the Rangers play tonight. That's another factor in all of this here today as well. And Molly Walker asked about the alleged sexual assault settlement Artemi Panarin was named in The Athletic today. And the New York Rangers head coach Peter Laviolette referred to MSG's statement and wouldn't say if number 10 would play. There's a lot to dissect here because at the time, I know I just brought up the statement, but at the time that this happened, there was no statement. So Laviolette was telling everyone to refer to a statement that didn't exist. And on top of it, I don't know how much of a statement this actually is, right? But anyway, nonetheless, that is the timeline of events that did happen. I thought this was interesting from Statboy Steven as well, that earlier this season, Vince Mercogliano mentioned an incident that led to employees no longer being allowed to talk to players. And people are speculating that maybe this was the incident. I don't want to speculate any further than that. I just wanted to bring this up and show you guys that this is what's happening out there right now. So again, there is a lot going on with this. It's a troubling article. I think it is honestly a must read if you're a Rangers fan. Not even if you're a Rangers fan, just anyone in general. It's a must read. Go out and read the entire article for yourself. And again, Peter Laviolette, I did want to dive into this a little bit further, this tweet specifically, because he didn't actually say if Panarin was playing tonight. So that might actually be up in the air as well, that he might not play the last game of the season. He just didn't comment. I mean, you would assume that he might be in the lineup, but there's a lot going on with this right now. So again, just want to bring you guys everything to keep you up to date with everything that's happening with the Rangers. But again, it looks like it's up in the air if he's going to play tonight in the regular season finale. And I have to say that, Peter Laviolette, this could be his finale with the Rangers as well. He could be getting fired as soon as tomorrow from everything we've heard. So there is a lot going on with this team, to say the least. But I do want to shift gears a little bit here. It's always hard to take a right turn from something like that, but I do, again, just to wrap that up, encourage everyone to go out and read that article for yourself. Read the entire thing. So again, the Rangers play tonight. It is their last game of the regular season. It is at home at MSG, and tonight will be the final time that Sam Rosen calls a New York Rangers hockey game. And I do want to say, for everyone, please enjoy this game. Please enjoy this game for what it is. The Rangers already missed the playoffs. It's over. Just, let's be, okay with that fact, and let's just enjoy Sam Rosen's last game as the play-by-play for the New York Rangers. And it might actually be the last game for a couple Rangers. I'm not going to go up and down the lineup, but again, these were the players on the ice for the morning skate, the optional morning skate to end the season. Jonathan Quick, Brennan Othman, Matt Rempe, Brett Berard, Gabe Perreault, Calvin DeHaan taking the optional skate. I mean, he's been a trooper since he got here with everything that's come out in the last week as well. Matthew Robertson, Nicholas Aube-Cabell, Juuso Parssinen, and Keandre Miller. None of the top guys, again, on the ice, I guess, just ready to wrap up the season. And another top guy, maybe not a top guy this year, but has been in the past for the Rangers, could be playing his last game tonight, and that is Chris Kreider. And we're going to cover this in another video more in depth, but it seems like Chris Kreider, his time with the New York Rangers is done. There were some reports that he actually has quit on the team. Again, we're going to dive into this more in depth in another video, but there are reports that he literally quit on the team and he does not want to be a Ranger anymore. Not that he doesn't want to be a Ranger anymore. I'm sure he wants to be a Ranger and stay in New York, but things have changed and feelings have changed. So looks like he will be making his way out of New York this summer. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. And again, wanted to bring up this tweet because I thought this was pretty cool this morning with tomorrow. This was yesterday, so obviously tonight being Kreider's last game as a New York Ranger. Here's some of his top moments. So go check that out on X as well. Some really cool moments from him. And I always remember, when he made his debut already 13 years ago for the New York Rangers in the playoffs in Game 3. So that was, a lot of fun to watch at the time. And now 13 years later, it looks like he will be playing his last game as a New York Ranger. So let me know in the comments. Again, I saw all your comments in the last video about, your favorite goal call for Sam Rosen. Hopefully we hear it's a power play goal tonight. Hopefully the Rangers can score on the power play. I wonder if the refs just, feed them a couple. That would be nice, but probably won't happen. But let me know in the comments what you think about that. Obviously, Chris Kreider possibly playing his last game, but I will have another video kind of deep diving and dissecting that further because there were some shocking reports on that. So let me know what you think in the comments, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything New York Rangers.